Welcome to our home. I am so excited today because 4 years later, I am here to show you before and afters of our fully renovated home. I'm gonna break this video series down into 3 parts, and this is the first part. I'm going to show you all our living areas today. Here is our entryway. When we first bought this house, I was kind of torn between a really bold pattern and a more subtle soft pattern. And as you can see, I went with the kind of subtle one, and I'm really happy with it because 4 years later, I'm not tired of it at all. It definitely still sparks joy for me every time I walk into the house. Here is our den. This is my favorite room in our whole home because this is where we spend the most time together as a family, and it was one of the most dramatic makeovers. So we painted the fireplace white, which was a lot of work but not very expensive and made a huge impact on the room. We also painted the beams, we removed the red carpet, we pretty much painted every surface. The bookshelves being painted made the room feel a lot lighter. And I'm also going to show you our projection screen that we put in so we don't have to have a giant TV in our living room, but we can watch TV in here every night. Here is our finished kitchen. We spent about a year and a half renovating this, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. It was definitely a learning experience for me. I have never renovated a kitchen fully top to bottom, replacing so much, and I mean, it was gutted at a certain point. So we learned a lot, and my favorite detail about it is the vinyl covered appliances that we chose to do, because when we first moved in, I had my heart set on these vintage looking new appliances, but they were kind of high end and way out of our budget, and so we were able to create the look on a much lower budget. Next up is the dining nook. This is where we eat most of our meals as a family, day in and day out. I really didn't put that much thought and energy into it when we first moved in. I just kind of decorated it as we went along, but it has definitely become one of our most used, most loved rooms in our home. Next up is our dining room. This room took me a little while to renovate because I actually chose a really bold, kind of like a Beverly Hills hotel inspired wallpaper, and I loved it, but I also got sick of it really quickly, and I ended up choosing this more subtle soft wallpaper that has just felt more like home ever since we installed it. Next up is my #1 favorite room in the entire home because this is where I've made so many memories with my daughter. Every weekend we come out here and paint together, and it's just a really special place where our family hangs out. The last room I want to share with you today is our living room. A couple of the updates we did to this room were staining the floors this intense turquoise color, adding a floor-to-ceiling bookshelf, which I spent a year searching for rainbow books for, and planking the ceiling, which gave it a lot more personality in the end. So this is a special room to us because my husband plays piano, and so we're constantly in here as a family, and he's always playing our daughter's favorite songs. All right, so I'm signing off for today. I will be back on another day to share with you our bedrooms and then our basement area where we renovated it into my husband's music studio. Thanks for watching.